Hunt created the two-way symmetrical model in 1984. This model is all about communicating effectively using dialogue between the stakeholders and the organization. The purpose of this model is to create mutual understanding between parties to build trust. According to Sutton, Roux, and Fourie, there's a clear gap between senior management and lower-level employees. That is why it is important to address internal activism and to create a platform for employees to raise their concerns and to be heard. A lot of employees have limited access to technology and doesn't have the need to take part in online meetings. This can be solved by rather doing in-person meetings where everyone can feel included. To encourage employees to participate, the organization should stop promoting authority and rather give them a chance to be part of the decision-making process. Lastly, it is important to maintain trust within the organization. This can be achieved by keeping open channels between higher management and their employees. In 1984, James Groener and his colleagues created the excellence theory. In this theory, communication is an effective way to contribute to the success of the organization. The excellence theory also strives to achieve mutual understanding, long-term relationships, and stakeholder involvement. Again, it is important to build trust between management and its employees by making use of symmetrical communication practices, and this can also reduce internal activism within the organization. Communication is an important part of the decision-making process, and by giving everyone an equal chance to take part in this department, instead of operating strictly on a hierarchies, we can expect more employee involvement. Employees should be trained to serve as professionals in the organization to ensure that effective, ethical, and strategic communication takes place. We can expect increased job satisfaction and better morals under the workforce when empowerment takes place. Lettingham and Bruning describes the stakeholder relationship management theory as the management of organizational relationships with stakeholders based on shared interests and goals. These relationships are effectively managed and create mutual understanding between both the organization and stakeholders through interactive communication. This theory promotes mutual benefit and dialogue among stakeholders and the organization, and also the values, needs, and interests of key stakeholders. Mutual trust and understanding are still the most important factor to consider with the stakeholder relationship management theory. In South Africa, there is still a major problem with mistrust between management and their employees, and this can be resolved with being open towards one another and communicating effectively. This theory makes sure that each person has a voice and can be heard within the organization, which increases productivity and more job satisfaction. It is most important for organizations to fulfill their commitments and to treat everyone equally so that they can have a strong stakeholder relationship and to ensure that they can survive in the long term. Indaba is an important African theory among the people in South Africa. It can be defined as a traditional way of using dialogue to communicate and make decisions. They come together to find solutions in an open manner by including everyone's ideas and views. This theory prioritizes community involvement and encourages everyone to take part in decision making. There are still a lot of challenges within the corporate environment in South Africa, but with the help of the Indaba theory, we can come up with a few solutions for these problems. At the top of that list, there is the issue of employees feeling undervalued and like they are not being heard. A solution can be to do relationship building to strengthen the bond within the workforce. By having open discussions, diverse people can feel connected and appreciated. Hierarchies can make people feel less important, which is why we host regular meetings when management and employees can openly but respectfully come to a conclusion. When working in a South African workplace environment, there is always the chance of conflict arising, especially with cases like internal activism. The Indaba communication theory helps solve these internal problems and achieve mutual respect while having calm conversations. In organizations, there's a lot of political tensions, which causes employees to not trust management. There should be a safe space for everyone to voice their problems peacefully by exchanging thoughts through open dialogue. Indaba uses dialogue to create mutual understanding between the different stakeholders. Lastly, by empowering employees, you can expect more participation where everyone can give their input and make informed decisions.